Nikki, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. Today is Monday, May 8th, 2023. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one. You know what? I don't like to do rate ones that have the memorials and everything, so I'm not going to even rate it. Let's just jump right into it. And we see Diane, Kyle, and Jack, and Kyle is ecstatic to have his mom home. Of course he is, because he believes she's innocent. So he's ecstatic to have her home and to be in the place, but they have to warn her that Tucker is now living there. And she was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "What?" You know what? I honestly don't understand what the big deal is about her having to run into Tucker, because I'm like, they were conspirators on things. I mean, it's not like they haven't talked to each other before, so I don't understand what the big deal is on that part of it. But as they're talking, Summer comes in and she's like, what's going on?" And they tell her that Diane has been released. And she said, so Summer's trying to figure out, has there been something else? Is there new charges? Has there been something else? Is there new developments? Because she's trying to figure out for Phyllis. Did they find out Phyllis was alive? And they said no, but Michael was her lawyer. And then Diane said, I have to wear this ankle monitor. And Summer still blames Diane because she said, if you hadn't lured Jack in to coming to LA with this whole lie, none of this would have happened. For those of you who I guess like Phyllis and like the reason, you see the reasoning on what Summer said, because I've been saying from the very beginning, Diane started this all off by lying. But for those who like Diane, you're like, no, 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 it's not her fault. Hey, it's entertainment. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, child. So Summer is still upset, even though she knows Phyllis faked her death. She's still upset because if Diane hadn't came back into town, none of this would have happened. She feels. And so, she's not happy that Diane's going to be staying there in the house 24/7 where she can't get away. I said, well, why don't you and Kyle get a place of your own? I don't understand this, but I do like on the soaps where they have all the families living in the family mansion. But I mean, it's not like we ever see them go upstairs in the bedroom. The only person we ever seen is Diane and Jack in the bed. So y'all could easily give them a place of their own. Go give them Devon. I mean, not Devon. Go give them Elena and Nate's place. They're not gonna use it. Let me stop being petty. Anyway, Summer gets a text from Daniel, so she has to leave. And then Kyle is like, where does she always keep going to? I don't understand it. I'm gonna go find out. I said, all right. So then Harmony comes in, and Devon is happy to see his mom, of course. And he said, how is this possible? And she said, because of Tucker. And I said, you didn't invite your mom? But she tells him it's because of Tucker and everything, and that's why she came. And he was like, man, that's really good. I'm glad he did this, and it seems like he's trying to make amends, and this is a good start, right? So then Victor gives a speech, and it was really touching. I like, he gave a speech, and you could tell he was speaking like from personal and not just acting. It was a beautiful speech. And y'all know I can't stand Victor, but it was beautiful. So then he tells Devon later on after his speech, he tells Devon and Abby he's happy Devon is becoming part of the family, and he makes his daughter happy. It was a nice moment. So then Nate and Devon talk. Now, listen, Nate and Devon talking, he just tells Nate tells him, I'm glad I was able to, get the invite. He said, well, that's what Neil would have wanted. He says Elena couldn't make it. He said, oh, she got to work her early shift in the morning. But you could see something ain't right about it, right? Now remember when Devon had his thing going on with Amanda, and Nate just had to know what was going on. He was going around asking everyone, but nobody's doing him like that. Devon is just like, okay, but he could tell something ain't right with Elena and Nate, right? So then Nate goes and he talks to Lily and everything, and he just says the same about how happy he is to be um around them all. And as always, he keeps talking about Elena had to work, and he just came in from LA and he flew straight. He came right to here. He didn't stop anywhere. So then we see Nikki and Daniel and Sharon was there too, and they're talking about everything that went down with Phyllis, and Daniel feeling guilty, getting all these well wishes, and heartfelt, sincere, condolences and everything. He feels guilty about that. So he talks to Lily, and she tells him, I understand it feels so bad about, wanting being happy. So after all this guilt, he takes Summer. And so he tells Summer, I don't, because Summer was like, I don't really want to meet here, Daniel. He was like, I don't care what you want. I don't really like Daniel. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the way he talked to Phyllis. I don't like the way he talks to Summer. The only person he's nice to, honestly, is Lily. But everybody, his mom and his sister, he's a jerk. Like Summer is not happy about everything Phyllis did. Do you think she wants to be in this position either? No. But she doesn't know what to do because that's her mom. So I see why Summer is in this predicament, and she thought she could tell Daniel by trust and trust Daniel. But girl, you should have known the way he was talking to Phyllis. It's probably the same way he was talking to his wife, and that's why she don't want him anymore. But anyways, that's it with them, y'all. He wants to tell the truth. So then I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know. So then we see Abby and Ashley talking. Okay, so Mariah and Sharon talked, and I said, "Why are they acting like Why is Mariah gossiping?" And so it was the gossip because they wanted us to know, for those who were not fans back in the day, didn't watch. They wanted us to know that Ashley is throwing daggers at Harmony because Harmony came in while she was married to Tucker and creeped on into his bed and everything. And that's like, out. And so Mariah was like, oh, so that's why it's like that. So then Ashley said, Abby tells Ashley, so you knew about what was going on with Devon, I mean, the secret for Devon, the special guest, Harmony. And she said, yes. And she said, okay. And Ashley said, but let me go and reintroduce myself. My name is Ashley. Goes over to Harmony and Tucker, and Harmony says, oh, things are so different, but they stay the same. And they were like, what? Ashley was like, what do you mean by that? She said, the love you two have for each other, it's still the same. And it's nothing. It's nothing. And so then uh-oh, that's wrong. So then we see that as they're all sitting down reminiscing because Ashley and Tucker ends up leaving, Malcolm comes in. And I said, okay. Y'all know his show got canceled. Shamar Moore's show Seal got canceled, and which was surprising because they said it was a fan favorite, a fan hit. So I said, well, were they not? What? Because how can it be a fan hit if it gets canceled? So were they not watching? I mean, it went on for 6 seasons, so it was longer than I thought it was going to last. I never got into that one because I always just loved him on Criminal Minds, but he's had a long career on CBS. He went from Young and the Restless to Criminal Minds to Seal. So he's had a long career with them. I think it's expanded decades. And at one point, he said he would never come back to Young and the Restless. That time of his life was over. But because it is Neil, and the tribute that they're doing to for him, of course he came back. But anyways, child, so he comes in and they were like, I thought you were, and he was like, no, I wouldn't miss anything for Neil. So he's talking to them all, and it's a sweet moment, y'all. It's really nice. And then Devon says, I know how I can honor Neil the proper way. And they're like, what? And he said he wants to take the Winter's last name. And so Harmony says Neil would love that. Malcolm has a nice moment with Devon. It's real sweet. You could tell that they were like going off script and just speaking from the heart. And so it was really nice. And so now everybody's getting ready to go. They ask Harmony says she has a room at the hotel, that they're in, right? And then they ask Malcolm. He says, "Oh, I'm flying out tonight." And they're like, "Dang, stay longer next time." This is what Nate tells him, and he looks at Nate and he said, "You good?" And Nate's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He said, "I'm gonna get a room here tonight because I don't want to wake Elena up." I said, Nate, cover. You look like you gotta cover them tracks, baby. He's embarrassed. And then Nate did say, I wonder what what Neil would think of me now. And Malcolm said, are you happy? You doing what you love? And he said, yeah. He said he would be proud then. I said, that's not what he talking about, but okay. But anyways, guys, that was The Young and the Restless today. It was a really sweet episode. I actually thought I wasn't going to watch it, but I did end up watching it, and I was like, oh, I'll do a review over it because it was really nice. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for an well, no, I'm not gonna promise tomorrow, but I will see you later on in the week for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, The Young and the Restless edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.